Today we're going to be talking about my life story, which is something that I didn't know about for a long time. And even now I'm still discovering, like, my life story is not covered by the topics that a lot of people would think is a brand spectrum of doing. My life story was always covered by the three C's: choices, chances, and changes. And no matter how much I look back on it, I understand there were changes that I made to myself. There were chances that I had to do certain things, and there were choices that I had to make. Or I was presented with, and I either chose not to make them, or I did them. And everything about your life, everybody says that your life is full of choices. Your life is full of chances. Your life is full of changes. You have every opportunity to make your life better or worse, depending on how you act, how you react to things, how proactive are you. And in my own life story, I didn't think I was very proactive until the last 2 years of my life. Especially now, thinking back at it, it's like, oh gosh, I was just out here making so many choices, with thinking of none of the consequences, thinking of nothing that would be affected by it. I was thinking of nothing at all. I honestly wasn't even thinking. I was just making choices. I had so many chances, but I didn't want to take that chance, knowing that it may cut out some of the fun that I was going on along with, and therefore I suffered for it. Everything is not meant for everybody. Sometimes you need to take a break. Sometimes you need to take some time to yourself to get yourself together. And I kind of didn't take a break. I just kept throwing myself into situation to situation to situation, to like one day I realized I was cracking, I was breaking, I was having breakdowns, I was having a lot of things happening to me, and I was wondering what was going on. I was wondering how can I fix it, and I couldn't fix it on my own. I realized that, but I didn't want to depend on anybody or ask for a chance for somebody to help me. And I was just going through, and finally I just cracked. And when I cracked, I legit was. It was on a day like 2 days before my birthday, and I legit was in there, and I was wondering like what was going on. I legit was sitting there, and I just randomly started crying. And when I was crying, I was like, what am I crying about? And then it hit me, all the stuff that was happening. I never took a chance to like really sit down and care about myself. And I cried so hard, and I felt like I was crying with my shirt like full of tears. I don't know how just my shirt was just like the corner of my shirt was just full of tears. My mouth had been hanging open, like I was crying like anguish. And I learned that then I need to take better care of myself from like a mental perspective, and take care of myself mentally. I was trying to go back into what I used to do. Like my freshman year, I was taking the time out of every week. I would give out a couple of quotes from myself to other people to make sure that they're encouraged during their college season, to make sure that they're doing good, make sure that they can go through everything and have like a guidance. I wanted to be that light shining out in the world. I wanted to give people a slight edge above everyone else, simply because I didn't know how everybody would feel in the morning, or how everybody would feel in the afternoon or at night when they close their eyes and they rest. So I gave them that little edge above everyone else who followed me on social media. Like, I think I was doing it on Snapchat. Like every morning, I would take 5 or 6 quotes, and I would send it to my friends, to some colleagues, and I would post it on my story so that everyone could get it. And that way, people were getting like a slight bit of encouragement. Some people wrote me back like, "Hey, thank you for this. I really needed it. This helped me push through my day." And some people took screenshots of it, showing this, and I was like, "Hey, I'm not out the game yet," and it helped some people keep moving through their life, understanding that I was helping people from that standpoint. I was doing good. I was doing good till I realized I was helping myself. I was giving off energy but not receiving any back. And slowly but surely, I ran out of that energy. And like people said, the law of conservation, energy is not destroyed but can be transferred. So I was transferring my energy to other people, but I wasn't really getting any energy back. And therefore, I fell into a slump. I fell into a point where I couldn't giving energy towards anything. I was doing kind of horrible in classes, and I kind of pulled it together towards the end and had a good GPA. But a little bit after that, I was nowhere near perfect anymore. I wasn't. I wasn't at the same potential or the same energy that I was at the beginning, and therefore I lost myself. I lost myself that semester and the 2 semesters after that to the upcoming semester. Well, the last of the third semester. No, the fourth semester, which means the end of my sophomore year. Finally found that same energy back and was putting it back into those classes. And I was so happy because I had passed the class that I had previously failed. And I was like, you know what? This proves that not only am I not what I thought I was, but I'm doing so much better than I thought I could be at this point in time. At that point, I didn't think I could conceive myself getting a good grade. I was doing so horrible on tests, classwork. It just wasn't my semester. And finally, I got an A. I was like, what? Wait, wow, I'm really doing better out here. And I got really happy because at the end of the day, I may not have done the best in the rest of those classes, but the fact that I got an A out of that class, I was so happy. I felt so much better about myself. I sat there and I was just like, if I don't pass none of these classes, if I get one good grade, I'll be happy with myself. And I got my one good grade. I was happy. I didn't care about any other class. And that was for my mental, that was for my emotional, and that was for my physical because these grades, going to these classes sometimes and knowing that I was going to fail was getting weighing heavily on my body and it was giving me so much stress, emotionally, physically, and mentally. And when I got that A, it was like a burden had got taken off my back. I felt 10 times happier. I felt so much better about myself. And then I started to get back into YouTube a lot. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this same energy into something else. And I'm going to keep going. So for the past couple of months, I've been putting my energy into YouTube, trying to get a lot of these videos put out and just showing that I got my all in this. No matter how many people are viewing my stuff, no matter how many subscribers I got, I was like, hey, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to keep going. Now I'm at 60 something, and I'm just thankful for those 60 because, man, it's been a blessed journey. It's been something that I really wanted to get into. If I grow, I grow. If I stay at the 60, I'm stay at the 60. I'm not that concerned about it. What I am concerned about is that every day I'm gonna keep putting the energy that I want into my life. The last 2 years of college have taught me this. Like everything that you need to do, you need to make sure that you're keeping up with yourself. I know that a lot of people are really going to college this year that I know of personally. And my advice to them is, hey, make sure that you worry about yourself. I can understand you going to college with friends. I can understand you going to college. You meet some good friends. But at the end of the day, the grades that are going to reflect on yourself are your own. You got to make sure that when you go to college, that you keep your eye on the prize. That you keep what you know, that you know what you know, and that you can show what you know. Simply because when you go to college, it's all about yourself. It's not about an individual level. It's not high school where your mom comes in and wake you up, or you have your siblings come in and be like, hey, it's time to go get up and go to school. No, you get up on your own now. You go to breakfast on your own. You go to lunch on your own. You go to dinner on your own. Everything now is you, yourself, and I. So you have to make sure that you yourself have established something within yourself to make sure that you have the energy to go to class, you have the energy to go to breakfast, you have the energy to go to lunch, go to dinner, and finish your classes strong. You may not feel like you're doing a good job at your classes right now, but if you keep going, I guarantee you're gonna finish your classes strong. If I didn't keep going, I would guarantee if I didn't keep going, I feel like I would not have finished my classes, and I probably would not be here today to talk to y'all. Simply because my mental state and my emotional state was at the point where I was towards the end of cracking. I think I broke so many times this year that I just feel like it was meant to happen at a certain point. But then again, I feel like I could have avoided this. I had a choice I should have made way long ago when I first started that I should not allow distractions, may they be friends, classmates, or foes, to allow me to sink down into a hole as deep as I got. But I did. One of the reasons why I sunk into a hole as deep as I did was because I went into a relationship and I didn't really care about it. I kind of went into the relationship knowing that this person was not someone I would really date. And she had this type of air around her that really was good when she was on her good days, but on some really bad days, it wasn't really good. So, in learning that she wasn't the person that I thought of someone I would usually date, that was all the red flags throwing off at me. I was like, man, I shouldn't really date her. But in my own selfishness and know my own thought that I could help her with any of her issues, I decided, like, you know what? I'm gonna get in this relationship. I'm gonna teach her some stuff, and guarantee she's gonna be a better person at the end of the day. I was so wrong, and I hate to say that I was wrong. At the end of the day, she didn't learn anything from me. At the end of the day, I was like, wow, what's going on? I've tried everything. I've had some arguments where I was really trying to help, and it just turned out to be even worse. And the relationship just suffered from it. I was like, okay, this is not going to work. So I took some time, and I was like, sat to myself, and I told her, I was like, hey, this is not going to work, and she was really upset about it. And despite the problems in the relationship, she really actually cared about me. And in all honesty, it was really not working for me because my energy, the way I was feeling, and everything that was going on with the relationship in itself was not very helpful for me. So if that relationship wasn't working for me, I understood what I needed to do to make sure that she wasn't gonna get hurt from it being prolonged, and I wasn't gonna get messed up for it going any further. So I went and told her. Like a lot of people, when they are faced with problems or they have someone that they know is really not, let me say this. When you have someone where you know that is really not helpful for you, and you continue to let them be in your life, or you continue to let them grow with you, and they're not helping you, they're just continuously bringing you down, it hurts you in the long run because what you're doing is you're just bringing along that weight. That weight is nothing. It's nothing that's gonna help you. It's just gonna keep dragging you down until one day you're gonna fall into a hole. And when you get in that hole, it's gonna be hard to dig yourself out. It's gonna be hard to get out because when you're in the hole, now you gotta figure out a way to get out. Now you gotta figure out a way to fix everything that's going on with you simply because you let that person in. And you know it was not meant to be. There's a lot of times where in my life I realized that I've made some choices that wasn't really good for me. I understand that sometimes you may want to help everyone, but you can't help everyone. There are things where you can relax and you could be the best person you want to, but sometimes there's things that you cannot do and you shouldn't do. There were lessons that I had to learn that I shouldn't have done this or I shouldn't have done that because now it reflects on my emotional, it reflects on my mental, and it reflects me and myself from a past standpoint. But now that in this future me, the person that I'm trying to be, I'm keep chasing him because now I've learned that, hey, when you make a choice like this, you have to be ready for a downfall. And the crazy thing about me was I wasn't ready for the falls. When I fell, I felt like I was falling 10 times harder than a regular, 10 times harder than a regular person. And it hurt. It really hurt to just fall and then be expected to get up. Because when you get up, you gotta be 10 times stronger. Or you're supposed to be stronger for the experience. And when I got up, I felt like I wasn't stronger. I felt like I was just getting up because I know I gotta get up. I can't stay there down. I can't stay down there too long. Because if I stay there down too long, I'm gonna start wondering again. I'm gonna be lost. It's not easy being lost. It's not easy being hurt. And it's not easy to fall. But step by step, you have to make your own choices. You have to make a chance. You have to take a chance. Not make a chance. But you got to take a chance on yourself. You got to make a change to yourself because now that you've fallen, how do you get up? How do you keep going? How do you pursue? And how do you ensure that you know that you're going to get the best out of every situation? I understood that with a choice comes a change, and with a change comes a chance. I made sure that I grew so that way I could be the best me that I could be. When I made my choice to start becoming better, I had to start with one step, and that's my energy. When I started with the energy change, that became a chance for a better self. And when I started for a chance for a better self, I knew that I could become better than anyone else. When I started on this energy change, I didn't know what to do. I would wake up and I would wonder why I have so much energy. It was because I knew that I was changing in a different mindset. Usually when I was down, I didn't have the energy to go get up and go nowhere. Now I have the energy to get up and go anywhere that anyone asked me to do. When I was down, I couldn't make a choice of whether or not to make a video or not. Now, I have so many ideas, it's very hard to choose what I'm going to do. And now that I have a chance to be so much better than myself, I see so many chances to do so many things for so many people. I go to a camp every summer called Sawyerville. Sawyerville is my passion. Sawyerville is my heart. Sawyerville is my second home. You go there to learn about God, to teach people about God, and teach the kids about God. But not only do you learn about God, but you learn that everybody there is genuine there because they know they're going to be in an environment that's going to change their lives for the better. Every year I've changed somebody's life. This year, my life was changed. I don't know why it was my life, but I really enjoyed it. Like everything that was going around, it reflected the pain that was in my heart, that was in my soul, that was in my own mental energy, and it was being slowly repaired throughout the 3 weeks that I was there. No matter how hard I struggled, I never felt the same love, the same energy, the same respect from those people than I did right then and there. I knew that one day I would have to give back to them, and I am. Every year I'm going to talk about Sawyerville. I'm going to give everybody a little piece of them because guess what? That place is amazing. It's a place where you grow, where you know that you are going to be witnessing something amazing that week. You are going to be witnessing something great beyond yourself. My life story is about being amazing. It's about caring more than about myself. Ever since I was little, I wanted to make sure that everybody was happy. I could see what people saw on an emotional level. That's why I was always ready to help. But in this life story, I gotta know that my energy, that the people I want to help, that the future I want to pursue, everything is built on my 3 C's. Now I know what I gotta do. So I'm asking you guys, you have a choice? Do you have a change going around in yourself? Surrounding yourself? Any change at all? And most importantly, do you guys take chances? Do you see a chance? Do you want a chance for yourself? That should be your life story.